Kourtney Kardashian reveals that merging her and Travis Barker's 7 children into a single household required significant adjustments. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and updates. Kourtney Kardashian has always been very open about her personal life. Fans have watched her grow from being one of the original stars of Keeping Up with the Kardashians to becoming a mother of 4 children and now a wife to musician Travis Barker. In the newest season of The Kardashians, she opened up in a very real way about what it has been like to bring together her children and Travis's children under one roof. It is something many people can relate to because blended families are not always easy, even if you are very much in love. Kourtney is now married to Travis Barker, the drummer from Blink-182, and together they are raising 7 kids between them. Kourtney has 3 children from her previous relationship with Scott Disick: Mason, who is now 15, Penelope, who is 12, and Rain, who is 10. With Travis, she also welcomed a baby boy named Rocky, who is about 15 months old. Travis, on his side, has 3 children from his previous marriage and relationship: Alabama, who is 19, Landon, who is 21, and Adiana, who is 25. That makes a total of 7 kids living and growing between the 2 households, which is a big group by any measure. In the recent episode, Kourtney spoke honestly about the fact that living as one big family under the same roof has been exciting, but also has required adjustments. She explained that her main focus right now is renovating her home so that it can properly fit everyone and feel like a fresh new space. According to her, the idea is not just to create extra rooms or more physical space, but also to create a sense of new beginnings where both her kids and Travis's kids feel like the house belongs to everyone. She described it as wanting the house to have new energy and new vibes so that it feels like home for each person, not just her own children. She admitted that since Rocky was born, she has been living in Travis's house because it felt easier at that time. But even though things have been good there, she wants her own house to be ready so that everyone can move in together and feel settled. In her words, the beginning stage of blending families is a lot about adjusting. Each person has to get used to a new rhythm, to new people in their space, and to sharing their daily lives with others they did not previously live with full-time. For Kourtney, moving into Travis's house meant leaving behind her own familiar environment, while Travis's kids had to adjust to having her and her children around as well. She acknowledged that while the process has been positive overall, it definitely takes effort and patience. Kourtney revealed that she has lived in her house for 10 years, and her children have grown up there. At the same time, Travis's kids have lived in their own home for most of their lives, so for everyone to suddenly live together in one single house is a big change. But instead of seeing that change as a challenge, she says she views it as something beautiful because it brings everyone closer. She thinks they are now at a very good stage where the family bond is getting stronger and where everyone is learning to feel comfortable in the shared environment. While showing her sisters Kylie and Kendall Jenner around the property, the cameras even caught a touching detail: a chalkboard in the house with all of her children's names written on it. It was a simple but meaningful sign of how much she values her family and how much thought she is putting into making the new blended space welcoming for everyone. Kourtney also expressed how important it is to her that all of the kids feel they always have a place to stay in both her home and Travis's. Even if they move back and forth, she wants them to know there is space waiting for them whenever they want it. She called it making space for everyone, because in her mind, no child should ever feel left out or like they don't belong. A light moment came when a producer joked with her that she is starting to become like her mother, Kris Jenner, who is famously known for having all of her children and grandchildren around her house all the time. Kourtney laughed at the comparison but also admitted that she actually would not mind being like that. In fact, she said if her daughter Penelope or any of her other kids wanted to live with her that closely forever, she would be more than happy to have them in her eyesight all the time. It showed that deep down, even though the changes are big, her natural instinct as a mother is to keep her kids close. What makes this story so interesting to many people is that it gives a very real look at something millions of families go through. While Kourtney and Travis may live a glamorous lifestyle in Los Angeles and appear on one of the most famous reality shows in the world, the struggles and joys of bringing two families together are very relatable. When you blend families, there are often concerns about space, routines, and making sure each child feels loved and secure. Many parents who have remarried or who are raising children from different relationships can understand exactly what Kourtney is talking about. She is not just creating a bigger house, she is trying to create a true home where no child feels like a guest. That kind of work takes patience, sensitivity, and time. She admitted that at the start, the adjustment was a lot, but over time it has become something positive. This is why her decision to renovate her home is not simply about design or style. It is about laying a foundation for a stronger future where all 7 kids grow up knowing they are part of one family unit. In many ways, this season of the Kardashians has been showing fans a more grounded side of Kourtney. Unlike in earlier years when the focus was often on glamour, events, or drama, her storyline now feels centered on being a mom, a wife, and a woman balancing her personal happiness with family responsibilities. Her conversations about blending households and working on renovations may not sound dramatic, but they show how real her life has become. For her, it is less about public appearances and more about making sure her children and Travis's children feel happy, secure, and connected. Some fans online have already reacted positively to her honesty. They say it is refreshing to see a celebrity mother admit that blending families is not always easy. Many people go into marriage thinking love is enough to make everything smooth, but when children are involved, extra effort is always needed. Kourtney's honesty about the challenges and the solutions she is working on could inspire other parents who are in similar situations. Another layer to this story is how the kids themselves will experience this change. Mason, Penelope, and Rain have lived with their mom all their lives, but now they also share space with Alabama, Landon, and Adiana, who come from Travis's side. On top of that, baby Rocky is the youngest and naturally becomes a uniting figure since he belongs to both families. It will take time for all the siblings and step-siblings to develop their own bonds, but Kourtney seems confident that giving them a shared home is the best way to encourage unity. For Travis, this also shows his commitment to Kourtney. He has been very public about his love for her, and now he is also embracing the role of being a stepfather to her kids. Just as Kourtney is making space for his children, Travis is doing the same. This is the type of effort that often determines how well a blended family works out. It is not only about the kids adjusting to each other but also about the parents showing equal love and care to all the children involved. The conversation also highlights how traditions in families change. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.